So the movement of their stomach or the movement of their diaphragm or the lifting of their chest or the extension of their belly while they breathe. By doing that, we are taking what ordinarily is a perceptual state that's split between the outside world, exteroception, and usually also toward our inner state. But when we close our eyes, we stop, we slow down, we focus on our breathing or that third eye center, the majority of our perception then shifts to interoception. And when we shift down to that end of the continuum of interoception, something very important happens. What happens is that those two regions, the ACC, the anterior cingulate cortex, and the insula, really ramp up their levels of neural activity. And that should make perfect sense to you because those are areas of your brain that are registering and paying attention to the various sensations of how full or empty your stomach feels, whether or not the surface of your skin feels hot or cold, and on and on. So by just sitting down or lying down and closing your eyes, your brain undergoes a massive shift from exteroception to interoception. Now, that's not to say you can't be distracted by external events, and in fact, many people are. But the early stages of transitioning into a meditative state involve this shift down the continuum, or I should say to one end of the continuum, because there's no down up, there's just the continuum. Shift along the continuum to heightened levels of interoception. Now, I mentioned this briefly before, but many people are very interoceptively aware, just naturally, even if they don't do a meditation practice. Other people are not. And there's a pretty good measure of whether or not you have high levels of interoceptive awareness or capability. And that is your ability to count your heartbeats without placing your fingers anywhere with any pressure to take your pulse. You can do this if you like. You can actually try and estimate your number of heartbeats simply by trying to feel your heartbeat. Some people are very good, meaning they're very accurate at doing this. Other people are not. It does seem to be an ability that can be trained up quite a bit. And in fact, meditative practices will improve your interoceptive awareness. But, and this is a very important point, heightened levels of interoceptive awareness, while that might sound attractive, but to really in touch with your body, that is not always beneficial. Why? Because many people who, for instance, have excessive levels of anxiety have excessive levels of anxiety because they are very keenly aware of any subtle shift in their heart rate or breathing or change in the sensations within their stomach.